Hello my fellow engineers and gearheads, this is a step-by-step tutorial on replacing the radiator on a 2005 Chrysler Town and Country. This will work for the 2005 to 2007 Town and Country or Dodge Caravan with the 3.3 or 3.8 liter engine. First, you will need to grab a 10mm socket and a ratchet, and a Phillips and flathead screwdriver. Use the Phillips screwdriver to take out the 5 screws holding the top plastic cover on. Pop out the 2 clips on each side of the plastic with a flathead screwdriver. You have to put the flathead under the top part of the clip to bring it out, and then you can pull the whole clip out. You can also use some wire cutters if the flathead is giving you issues taking them out. I had to use these. Now, there's only one 10mm bolt on each side you have to take out. Now, you just have to finagle the plastic pieces off. The grill is held on by clips, so you just have to pull it out, then everything else should come with it. I just found something weird. I don't know what this is, but we can poke it and find out. Why not? Let's give it a poke. Yeah. There's like looks like a little, like a grub or something was in there. Use a 13mm socket to take out the 2 bolts on each side of the frame piece. Now, use a 10mm socket to remove the 2 bolts holding the radiator to the frame piece. And then, you can move the frame piece out of the way, so it doesn't bother you anymore. You can also take off the rubber brackets that hold the radiator to the frame. Unfortunately, there's more clips you have to pull off to get this little flat piece off. You can go ahead and remove the coolant tank hose from the radiator and move it out of the way. The tube holder is also a clip, so you have to take that out as well. You now have to take out the 2 radiator fans, which is actually super easy. But first, remove this plug connector by pulling out the red tab and then squeezing the connector to pull it off. There's just one 10mm bolt holding each fan on. Give the fans a little tug forward and they should come right out. Now, loosen the radiator cap so that the fluid comes out a lot easier. Your drainer is right here on the bottom driver's side corner. You just have to turn this knob to let more fluid out. Make sure you have a pan underneath or else you'll have a big mess. Now, you can use channel locks to squeeze the clamp and move it up on the radiator hose. If you're lucky, the hose will come loose easily. If it isn't easy after twisting with your hands, insert a flathead screwdriver around the lip to break its seal. And now just do the same thing with the lower radiator hose. Now, I'm going to give the mic to Past Blake to explain what to do next. So, this is your left side of the radiator, and what you need to do to get the condenser apart is to squeeze. You have to squeeze this part right here, and then pull the condenser off. And then on the bottom, there's just a clip holding it in. And everything is easy. Just, you'll be able to unclip this, and then that side will be able to pull out. This side is a lot more difficult. In order to get this bottom clip out, which looks like the whatever tube this is, I think it's a oil cooler tube that's on the radiator, or it's on the condenser. That makes it hard to get it off from the radiator. But the way that I did it was, you gotta pull this side up on this corner so that the hose or the tube is not touching the clip on the radiator, and then pull from the bottom side of this corner and lift on this side with your other hand, and you should be able to pull it out of that clip. That was the way that I got it out. Let me know down in the comments if you got it out any other way. So now, the only thing we have to do is, on the way of pulling this radiator out, there's a rubber piece right here, you can see it, and it's holding in the lines from the condenser. So it's gonna be difficult getting it out. All you gotta do is kind of get your fingers in here and disconnect them as you're pulling the radiator out. Let's see how easily I can do it. While past Blake takes a snack break, let's go back to present Blake to explain what to do. Pull your old radiator out, being careful of the tubes on the passenger side, and it should come right out. Alright. The only thing you have to bring over from the old radiator is the cap and the little rubber pieces, which just come off by squeezing the parts that hold them on. Also, make sure you install the rubber pieces that the radiator sits on. The rubber pieces will go into these two holes on the frame of the van. Just drop your new radiator in. It shouldn't take very long, but just make sure that you put the rubber pieces around the tubes on the passenger side. Again, make sure the radiator is sitting in the holes of the frame I showed you with the rubber pieces in between. Now, you just have to fit the condenser back on carefully, but also forcefully, because it's a little painful to get clicked in. And the rest is just going in reverse, putting everything back together. Now clean up the tools that you used a little bit, because we're going to have to burp the coolant system. I filled up the new radiator with about 1.5 jugs of Universal O'Reilly coolant, and these engines are very forgiving with burping the cooling system. So what you want to do is start up the car, turn the heat on max, and keep the radiator cap off. While the engine's running, you want to fill the radiator at the top as the engine sucks in fluid. To help the air get out, you can burp the system by squeezing the upper radiator hose occasionally. Your heat should get hot pretty quickly, and then the upper radiator hose will get hot, and then the bottom one. Check your temperature gauge on the car to make sure it's not overheating, and when the radiator fan turns on after some time, you're good to go and can put the radiator cap on snug. Do not take the cap off after you put it on. It builds up pressure and it's not safe anymore to take off. There are no spill coolant burping kits, but I'm cheap, so I just let it overflow a little bit with some towels. I hope this helped you fix your car. Consider subscribing if you found this video helpful, and leave a like so others know this is a good video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Speak. Good boy.